Shocked reaction to the news that Pope John Paul II has been shot. Hello again. Details are still coming in about the shock news that Pope John Paul II has been shot. As you've just heard, a gunman shot at the Pope in his Pope-mobile just before he was about to make his appearance at a regular audience in St. Peter's Square, Rome. An ambulance rushed into the Vatican, where the Pope was taken shortly after the incident. His present condition is not yet known. There'll be more details at 20 to 6. The police confirmed today that the explosion at a Scottish oil terminal during the Queen's visit there on Saturday was caused by a bomb. After the explosion, the IRA claimed they had planted a bomb at the Sullom Voe terminal in the Shetlands. But the police wouldn't say what had caused the blast until they'd done their investigations. The Queen was half a mile away from the bomb when it went off. She was there to officially open the new terminal, which is the largest in Europe. No one at the opening ceremony heard the explosion, and no one was hurt. A Belfast milkman who was injured in the violence which followed the death of hunger striker Bobby Sands has died in hospital. Eric Guiney was hurt when his milk float crashed after it was hit by stones during last Tuesday's riots. Mr. Guiney's 14-year-old son Desmond, who was helping him with the milk round, also died as a result of the crash. He was buried yesterday. Meanwhile, the city of Belfast was still tense today. Rioters took to the streets last night to protest about the death of IRA hunger striker Francis Hughes. One man was shot dead by the army in a clash with gunmen, and bricks and petrol bombs were thrown at army patrols. Parts of the city are closed off completely, and in many areas burnt-out cars and furniture still litter the roads. Hughes, who'd refused food for 59 days, was serving a life sentence for killing a British soldier. He joined the hunger strike protest 2 weeks after Bobby Sands, the IRA prisoner who died last week. 3 other prisoners are refusing food at the moment, and the IRA say another man will join them tomorrow. The hunger strikers are all being held in the distinctive H-shaped blocks of the Maze prison near Belfast. They're trying to put pressure on the British government to allow special treatment for IRA prisoners in Northern Ireland. The government has refused to give in to their demands. This evening, a leading Northern Irish politician, John Hume, is to meet the Prime Minister. He says he has ideas he hopes could bring the hunger strikes to an end. Well, soccer now, and the biggest five-a-side competition in the world has just got underway in London. It's being organised by the Metropolitan Police for young people in the capital. Juliet Alexander reports.
49,000 young people between the ages of 9 and 17 are expected to take part in this year's competition. That's 1,000 more than last year, when it won its way into the record books as the biggest five-a-side football competition in the world. It's organised in different age groups, and there are separate sections for boys and girls teams. There are around 7,000 teams taking part, drawn from schools, youth clubs and even groups of friends.
But it's not just about football. There's a serious side to it too, and that's building better links between police and young people. Last year, London's top police chief, Sir David Macnee, described the contest as the most successful community project ever.
This practice match is in Brixton in South London, where only last month there were serious riots. They highlighted the need in this area for just these kinds of closer links between the police and local people. I asked Sergeant John Warren, who's in charge of the competition, just what's behind the scheme.
Well, it's just one of the many schemes we run with young people, which enables us to meet young people in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere, and for them to know something about us and us to get to know them. Obviously, there are problems that exist between young people of all colours. Hopefully, this type of competition and this type of involvement helps dispel some of those fears.
But as far as the players are concerned, it's the game itself that matters most. And the teams will be battling away to win a place in the finals at the Wembley Arena next November.
Britain's top stamp dealers are facing a big crisis, and for the rest of the stamp world, it spells bad news too. Paul reports.
Stanley Gibbons, in the heart of London's busy West End, is the largest stamp dealers in the world. Every day, hundreds of enthusiasts come here to buy and sell, or even just to seek advice on their collections. But now this famous old firm is facing money problems. This is the 1981 Gibbons stamp catalogue, perhaps the best-known reference book of its kind. Stamp collectors right across the world use it to check the value of stamps. But already the price of some of the stamps in this catalogue has fallen, in some cases by as much as a third. This Postal Union stamp, as it's called, is listed in the catalogue at over £1,000. Today it sells for £500. And this attractive 1913 Seahorses stamp has dropped in value by £1,000. But the managing director of Stanley Gibbons, David Stokes, explained why there's now a great opportunity for collectors.
Well, for collectors there is some good news because they can actually get stamps now at lower prices than they may have been able to some years ago. It's affected us because they're not spending perhaps quite so much money on the hobby as they used to because people just don't have so much money as they used to.
But soon the stamp world could receive a big boost. It's hoped that special stamps produced throughout the world for the royal wedding will help put the stamp world back on its feet.
In Edinburgh this afternoon, a memorial is being unveiled to honour the memory of one of the city's most famous citizens, a dog called Greyfriars Bobby. Harry Smith reports.
As well as being one of the world's most famous dogs, Greyfriars Bobby is one of Edinburgh's busiest tourist attractions. They come from all over the world to see the statue of the little Skye Terrier near the graveyard where he displayed the legendary devotion to duty which has been the subject of many books and the film by Walt Disney. When his master, John Gray, died, Bobby refused to leave the graveside. He sat there for 14 years and became a well-known figure to the local people who brought him food and water every day. When Bobby died, he was buried near his master. But until today, there's been no gravestone for the little dog. Now a group of Edinburgh dog lovers have paid for one to be made. Its simple inscription reads, "Let his loyalty and devotion be a lesson to us all."
And that's all from Newsround for today. See you again round about the same time tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.